Welcome to the second video for College Scheduler. At this point, you should be comfortable with the basic functionality in College Scheduler. If not, please review the first video, Intro to College Scheduler. In this video, we're going to cover some additional functionality not covered in the first video, starting with the list of courses that I have already selected to generate schedules for. If at any point you do not want to have all of these courses considered in the generated schedules, simply uncheck those boxes. Or you can remove them from the list entirely by simply clicking on the X. Clicking on the gear icon brings you the list of all sections available where you can uncheck the boxes here as well, and those would not be considered in generating schedules. Also, clicking on the information icon gives you additional information about the course, and in this section only gives you the link to the bookstore to order the books specific to this course. If you have a reason to not have courses scheduled at any given time, a job, practice, something like that, you want to simply add a break. Say I have a position on campus from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Mondays and Wednesdays. If I want that to be for this semester only, I can include that, or I can do any future semesters that may be listed here. Right now, we only have fall 23 open. I could also just choose this is an ongoing break. Generate schedules. Keep in mind, anytime you make changes like this, say for example, I forgot to add a break in for practice and I do that now, I put in a second break, I have to hit generate schedules again because it needs to do a new batch based on the additional break that you put in to ensure that you don't have any schedules with conflicts in there. Hovering over the magnifying glass shows me a thumbnail of each version of the schedule. I can click up to 4 of those schedules to compare side by side. I can get a more detailed view by clicking on View. Here I can see the specific course list. Any course that has no seats left will be highlighted in red. If there are any section on here in particular that I really like, but I don't necessarily want this entire schedule, I can simply lock that section down by clicking on the lock icon. I can also email the schedule from here. You can send this to anyone you need to. So your advisor, a boss, a parent, fill out this information and click email schedule. I can also favorite schedules from here by clicking on the heart and calling the schedule whatever you'd like. There's no limit to the number of favorite schedules you can have, so you can just simply go through the schedules and favorite several of them. When you go back to the first screen, you see that you have a favorites tab with 2 schedules identified. If you change your mind, those are no longer your favorites. You can always X out by deleting any of those. I now only have 1 favorite schedule left. Advanced options allows you to put class padding in between every one of your courses. So keep that in mind. If you do choose to use this feature, it's going to ensure that you have a minimum number of whatever minute amount you select in between each one of your courses. Just because I have favorite schedules doesn't mean I am restricted to register for a course that I have chosen as a favorite. I look at this schedule and I've decided that I actually like this one better. Notice that my work schedule has been accounted for in this version. So I'm going to send this to the registration cart. I now have those 7 courses in my registration cart. I do want to do this schedule, but if I wanted to make some changes, I could choose Edit Cart and remove any of those courses from here. Register for courses, continue, enter your Alt PIN. I successfully registered for 6 of the classes. I was not able to register for COM 4880 because I am not declared in the correct major, and it also had no seats available. Click OK. You see on my current schedule, I am now registered for 6 courses. Here's the detail of those courses. If I decide that I would like to swap out a course, you can do that on the swap button. For example, I've decided I want a different art course. I don't want Art 1100. I can simply do a search for a different art course. If there was more than one section here, choose the radio button next to the section that you want and choose swap. It's going to ask you what you want to do with the course you're already registered for. Choose drop and then swap. Unfortunately, I was not able to make that swap because there's a time conflict with another course that I'm already registered for. So it does nothing with the Art 1100 course. So at this point, I can leave my schedule as it is, or I can decide that I really don't want to take that particular course. So I can choose to just drop that one at this time. And make a decision on a different course at another time. I now have my schedule. So at this point, I can go back to build a schedule and I can click on any of the courses I successfully registered for, go into the gear and the information, and here I can order my textbook. And that concludes the second video for using College Scheduler.